It's July 2016, and today I'm making a rocket Nuka cola bottle from Fallout. For this build, you'll need hot glue, a respirator mask, goggles, a rotary tool, a glass Perrier bottle, sponsor, green, red, and white tester's paint, Envirotex high gloss finish, and all sorts of materials to make a buck and molds. Really no set way of doing this. This is really just more of an experiment. Let the bottle sit in warm water for 20 minutes and peel off the labels. Also cut the ring from the original cap off the neck. Now make a fin out of some solid material. I'm using wood. I shaped this one with multiple rotary bits. While I was contemplating different ways to do this, I came up with 3 other options. There was 3D printing, which isn't really an option for me, but Builderand did that over on Punish Props, so if you have a 3D printer, check out his video. There was clay sculpture and firing, which would look great, but wouldn't be a functional hand prop. And there was a super complicated molding process that I didn't really have the funding for. So I was stumped until I found myself at a restaurant, and someone ordered mineral water, and it came in this bottle, and I was like, save that! The freaking planets align. That's how I landed on this more inclusive, middle-of-the-road way of doing this. When my positive fin was done, I made a poor man's mold out of clay. I did this by wrapping the fin in saran wrap and pressing it into the clay. And yeah, I wasn't wearing a shirt when I did this. There was a heat wave when I shot this. Just deal with it. Oh, by the way, there's gaps in between the clay. Cut down on deformation of the molds when I press each buck into its corner. Make sure you leave the plastic wrap in there so that the Envirotex won't mix with the clay. It's a 2-part mixture and it has to be absolutely perfect, so it's lucky I had these disposable shot glasses and solo cups lying around, right? For science reasons. Mix the 2-part solution together as directed by the instructions. So a big motivation for me to do this build is I wanted to test a way of tinting Envirotex that I read about using tester's paint. Supposedly you can use acrylic. Not sure I buy that, but I don't know. Who's to say? This is essentially a trial run for recasting the gem for the Loki spear, which worked okay on camera for my dumb little comedy sketch, but in real life it came out real messy and just needs to be replaced. Am I rambling? What am I doing? I'm feeling lightheaded, that's what I'm doing. Changing the filters on my respirator, that's what I'm doing. When the solution was mixed, I added a few drops of tester's paint until I felt that the tint matched the bottle. Then I quickly poured it into each mold, poured the excess into the old Loki gem mold just to see what would happen. Now Envirotex takes a couple of days to set up, so in the meantime, you can build a styrofoam asteroid or Darth Revan's mask. I wonder where we can find those tutorials. When it's dry, remove the fins from the mold and peel away the plastic. And sand away the flash with the rotary tool. Came out pretty decent for my purposes. Glue them onto the bottle with hot glue. If you mess up, just wait a few minutes for the glue to cool and break it off and try again. Oh hey, a lightsaber and a Farnsworth communicator. Cool. I wonder where we can see where to make those. Paint the label on the bottle and the bottle cap. I know it's supposed to be set in a little bit, but you could actually achieve that effect if you just spent a ton of time weathering around the edges. You could create like a false impression. And there you go, one rocket Nuka cola bottle. Oh hey, a robot. I wonder where... So I'm aware that this tint isn't perfect, but if you're building this for filmmaking purposes, then you can solve that with clever lighting, or even by fogging the glass with hairspray, which is actually what they do in the film industry to prevent reflections of the crew and equipment. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then you can check out some of my other Fallout builds by following these annotations or cards if you're on a mobile device, and you can subscribe for all sorts of new uploads. If you want to help out the channel so that I can make more extravagant tutorials more often, then you can check out the Patreon page where patrons enjoy early uploads and some behind the scenes stuff. And also there's social medias that I'm on. It's just William Jakespeare. 1,000 days William Jakespeare. Is that everything? Okay, on to the next prop, Jake out!